Parting your own hair or parting hair is one of the biggest challenges people have when it comes to doing their hair themselves or taking care of their hair. I'm going to show you how to simplify the entire process, especially if you're going to be doing it all by yourself. Keep watching this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Eve here. This video I am finally making for the people that really need the help. I've been getting a lot of requests asking me to provide a tutorial for how to part hair, especially because I do my hair myself. I do a lot of parting, I do a lot of hairstyles, and for every single hairstyle that I do, I part my hair myself, I do the style myself, and I use very minimal equipment when it comes to parting. So I'm going to give you guys the most effective pointers that you can use and apply, the most effective and efficient techniques that you can apply when it comes to parting your hair, so that you get your parting straight, very neat and very accurate for every single hairstyle that you want to do. I'm going to have to work in sections, so I'm going to show you guys what my hair looks like from different points of my head. So the points I'm going to be working with are my sides, and I'm also going to be working with the back and perhaps the middle. When it comes to parting, I might as well go ahead and give you guys the pointers. By the way, thank you guys so much. We are almost at 80,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, my old subscribers who have been here from the beginning. Thank you for joining me for every single video. My new subscribers, welcome. I think when I get to maybe 80k or 90k or something, 100k, I will find some time to make a little video talking about myself, introducing myself, and telling you guys how much I have grown as a content creator on YouTube since the time I started posting up until now. My hair is already in a protective style, and this style is supposed to be like this for the next week. But because I need to make this video, I'm going to take down sections of my hair to show you guys what you need to know. So I'm going to show us the tools I use when it comes to parting and styling my hair. I work with very minimal tools. There is this specific mirror that it's sold on Amazon, and it's a mirror for self-styling. It's that mirror that has 3 sides. So you have one side in front and you have 2 sides on either side, but it's like an open and closed mirror. I don't have that. I have one mirror that is right in front of me, and then I have another mirror which I use. If you would like to have a regimen that you can apply to take care of your hair at home by yourself, very easy, very convenient, tap the link in my bio and grab my DIY digital hair growth manual. It's currently at a 50% discount, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. You'll be able to even make your own hair products like shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner, hair growth spray, hair growth butter, and hair growth oil at home. And these are the things I have used that have helped me grow my hair to what you see and love right now. This is the mirror that I use to see what goes on from the back of my head to the front. So I have this one. If I don't use this one, I use a smaller one. But every time I get a mirror, I try to get mirrors that I can hang up in case I don't sit here to shoot. So I have this mirror that I can hang up. And if I'm going to be shooting while there is sunlight in front of my window, I like to hang this mirror up. This is how I sit when I want to use this mirror. As you can see me through the camera, and you can see me in the mirror. So when I sit like this, I can easily see the back of my head, and I can do whatever I want to do when I see the back of my head like this. This works very well for seeing the back. For the sides, I just turn this way. If I need to move closer like this, I move closer like this. And I do the same thing for this other side. So that's it for the mirror. The mirror is a very important part when it comes to doing your hair yourself. If you want that precision when it comes to parting, if you want your lines to be clean, if you want everything to come out very smooth, you need a mirror to see what you're doing. Other times, I may not use a mirror. I may just go with the flow because I know how my head is. I know the layout of my head. So most times, I just go with the flow, part anyhow, and then focus on being precise when it comes to the front. That's another thing you can do. And now for parting tools, you need a parting comb. So I have these. These are 3 different parting combs. This is a rat tail comb with metal for parting, and this is a plastic rat tail, and this is also not a rat tail comb, but it's wider. So I usually use this one to comb the sections and also part. I don't comb my sections with this. I don't comb my sections with this. You will need your elastic band. The elastic bands will help you hold the sections of hair in place so that you can work accurately. And now let's get into parting according to the layout of the head. I'm not going to loosen all the sections and start parting from scratch, but I will tell you how you can get your precise parting very easily without stressing yourself. The first thing that I do when I want to part my hair or when I want to style my hair in terms of parting, I like to part my hair down the middle. So I will start with this part, right? This is the standard way I part my hair. So I start with this, meaning that I use my parting comb. If my hair is all bunched together, I just place it here. Make sure that my face, I divide my face into exactly two halves, and then I divide like that all the way to the back. So when I start like this, I use my hands and I feel all the way to the back. So if you want to part your hair, just follow the same steps. So my hand will be like this, and then I just feel, you will feel your back, the back of your head by the time you touch the nape of your neck here. So if your hand or your finger and your comb touches the nape of your neck here, this is going to be the exact middle of your head. So you don't want to find your finger and your comb here. This is not the middle. You don't want to find the finger and comb here. This is not the middle either. So you want to start from here and then part all the way to the back, and that's it. You will already have two very, very balanced sections of hair. You can use your mirror and put it like this. This will help you see if your hair is very, very well balanced in terms of the sections on either side. If it is well balanced, you go ahead and do whatever else you want to do. But the next thing that I do, based on whatever style I'm doing, since my protective styles are always the same, I'm always doing sections like this. I'm going to start with my most basic protective style parting. So I have 7 sections today. Usually it may be 6 on each side, being 12 sections in total. It may be 5, it may be 4, or it may be 7. So once I have my middle section or my middle part done, I come here with my parting comb and I put the comb here. Depending on how big I want the sections to be, I just pick a spot and then I part and then stop at the tip of my ear like this. From here it's easy. I just divide this section into 2. I just put my comb and then I divide into 2. Another thing that really helps me is that I know how my edges are. This is a very helpful tip because if you know how the front of your hair is, that's your edges, you'll be able to accurately part the front into very equal sections when you want to do cornrows. I'll give you an example. So if I want to do 4 cornrows, I kind of have angled edges. So you can see there is, my hair is like this, and then it goes this way, and then it goes this way, and then it's straight to here, and the angle repeats itself and finishes on my sideburns. So when I want to part my hair for cornrows, depending on the size of cornrows, if I'm going to do small cornrows, I will just start from where the angle starts here for the first section, and then I come here and do the second section, and I do the third section in the middle, which gives me 3 sections for my left side, and I repeat the process 1, 2, and I will have 3 sections on my right side, making 6 sections. So when I do that for cornrows in front, what I will do if I want to go even smaller for the cornrows, I usually start like this for the first section, and then to go smaller, I'll just divide each section into 2 or 3. So for the first section here, it will be 2 because of how small it is. And since I started the second section here, it's going to be 1, 2, giving me 3 sections, and so on and so forth. Please, if you don't understand, leave comments and questions in the comment section so that I can interact with you further. So that's it for cornrows. I'm going to show you guys how to balance out your parting at the back, because we know that the front of the hair is wider than the back, which is the nape of the neck. I always tell people, if you're just starting out, just worry about the front of your hair, unless your hair is very short. Just worry about the front where people can see.
And for the back, you can literally do whatever you want. So that's how I started out. And mind you guys, I have been doing my own hair for almost 8 years now or so. I started doing my own hair in about 2016. And so it has been a really long time. So another thing you need to understand is that the more you do your own hair, over time, the better you will get at it. So now I'm getting into the parting technique I use for mini twist. The way that I get to finish my mini twist so fast is because I don't spend time parting, you guys. And I also prepare my hair the day before I even twist. I also don't pause to apply products like gel or mousse to the hair. And so that takes so much time off of my hands and out of the process so I can finish very fast. So once I do the main part, like you saw me do from the front of my face to the middle of my head above my ear, I just use my fingers and pat each of the sections like this. So guys, once you are not going in with your comb every 5 seconds to pat hair, trust me, you are going to cut whatever time you spend on a hairstyle like mini twist in half. So I just use my fingers and pat it like this, and it doesn't matter how you do it. If your twists are going to be mini or very small, your patting is going to come out very neat. So you will see that I don't spend that much time at all doing the twist, and before you know what's happening, I am done. So I simply repeat that process for my entire head. Once I do a main part like I'm about to do, like so, I just determine how I want the twist to come out, the size of the twist, and just how I want the overall look to be. And once I make the first part like this, I go ahead and use my fingers to pat everything very, very quickly and finish my hair. Now, this is another reason why when I do mini twists, I try to make sure it's mini twist from beginning to end. I don't add braids, I don't add flat twists, I don't add any kind of thing that makes it fancy. It saves so much time and helps me finish so much faster. And now let's get into the back. For the back, this is where it gets tricky for a lot of people because usually the back of the head is smaller, and if you want to do a style like cornrows, you may end up having big sections at the back, and then you will not have enough hair to braid to the end of your head. That's the nape of your neck for all of the sections from the front to the back. So you can see me mark the sections out at the back. I use my thumb and my forefinger to position and note where each section is going to begin and end. You can just pause this video and rewatch it or slow it down. But for the back of the head, usually I part the hair smaller, much smaller than I would part the front, because like I said, the back is way smaller than the front of the head. So I part it very small and give it enough room to accommodate all of the sections. That's for cornrows. For a style like mini twist, I also repeat the same process that I followed for the side of the head, which I demonstrated earlier. I just make one main part, and then I use my fingers to part the hair into the smaller sections, and that enables me save so much time so that I can twist my hair and leave the place. And you can see this part is not straight, but you can make yours as straight as you like. I just repeat the same process for the entirety of my head. I also do the same for the middle. Once you just make one main part, if you're doing parting for mini twist, once you get one main part done, you can easily use your fingers to part your hair into smaller sections. Now, it's still way trickier if you're trying to do styles like cornrows, but I would advise you to work with sections as big as you can to just get your braiding technique down. Once you can master braiding, twisting with big sections, it will be much easier to practice working with smaller sections subsequently. And that's it for parting. There is so much more that you can learn when it comes to parting, but these are just the basics. Remember, you need to have just the basic standard tools that can help you get started. And also remember, practice makes perfection. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.